talk about it, and then maybe what happened after that for you as far as media stuff?
I have the platform to say it. I need to say it. I just feel it's really sad all the sexualization of our children right now, and we need to protect them. Well, before this fight, I always visualize, okay, over just the last year, 2 years, I just feel like it keeps getting, every time I keep thinking, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I see this. And it just keeps happening. And nobody really actually is changing. I just keep feeling like it keeps getting worse. It's like, are they really teaching this to kindergartners? Are they really talking about not just like actual sex education, but it's like sex education about like how we're created and, you know, just about the basic education, which should even be later anyway. It's like they're talking about books in schools and elementary schools and things like that, that they shouldn't even be talking about that stuff.
Right.
And those are some of the things I started seeing. I've seen teddy bears in bondage gear, and it's like, are we honestly, is this really, people actually are okay with this? And then I even see parents supporting it and bringing their kids in front of it. And I'm thinking, there is no way, no way. I don't have any children of my own. I have a lot of friends that have kids that I'll claim as mine. I have, two nieces, and I just look at, man, I just feel like it's life is full of a lot of hardships as you get older, and the only time you really truly have an innocence and can kind of learn about yourself and grow is when you're young, and we should be protecting the innocence of children. And so leading up to this fight, and it's just been something that's on my heart. But I always picture victory. I always picture like a victory speech, because you have to visualize it in order for it to happen. I visualize all of it: the training, the getting to the fight, the making the weight, the walking into the cage, just this journey you're on with your team, with your coaches, your family that's behind the scenes, kind of has their support. And sometimes their support is just taking a step back, knowing that you need the space. And all these things that have to kind of fall into place. And then I picture everything all the way to the end. I have to picture my victory, picture getting my hand raised, and I picture, what I want to say and how I want to thank these people that helped me get there. And I was talking to my coach on the last week of training, and I told him, I said, I've been picturing my victory speech. And he like dropped his mitts and he goes, tell me, what do we got this time? Because we always talk about this stuff, you know what I mean? You make it more real. I talked to a sports psychologist one time, and they were like, it's actually like proven. The things you say out loud become more. It's like scientifically proven, like the things you say out loud are the things that more come to fruition rather than what you say in your own head. A lot of people have thoughts in their head they won't want to actually speak. When you speak something, it's more likely. If it gives me a 0.1% chance to win, when I say out loud, I'm going to win, I'll take that 0.01% better chance, And so a lot of times the more we talk about it, and so I've gotten more, vocal about it with my team and just in person. And I was like, I've been picturing, he's like, all right, what do we got? So we were just talking about it. I was like, I've been picturing, I said, but honestly, the only thing I can really think about is just speaking up for our children. My coach is like, I love it. Not that I had to win in order to say these things. I still wanted to say it, but it was just something that just gave me, I don't know, it was on my heart. And I just felt like, and then, sometimes when the fight happens and you actually get there, it's like you don't really know where your mind's going to be. We call it the adrenaline dump, and it just like hit my heart when I was talking. And it was something I was visualizing. It's not like this full plan. You got to get through the fight before you even get there. But it just kind of hit my heart, and I just got to say it. I didn't really care if it's crazy to me to think that this could be controversial.
Right.
It's not something I cared about. I don't care if it offended anybody. I don't care. I want to say I do care, meaning that I feel like it shouldn't offend anybody. So I do care. I feel like everybody should be on the same page with it. But it actually, I feel got. It was more. I was praying a lot more. I'm a firm believer. I'm a strong believer, and I was praying a lot that if I was to say something that wouldn't just go in the wash, but be heard, and not only be heard, but hopefully be something that's mostly positive. I know some people are there's always gonna be someone that gets offended by no matter what you say, but that's kind of where this all
I'm like, what's wrong with these people that are disagreeing with you? Because you didn't take a huge political stance. You didn't say it in a crazy way. You said it in the most thoughtful way, and they're still trying to reject it. It's weird. How do you feel about that?
I truly feel that anybody that has an issue with wanting to protect children, they are the problem. I don't care what political side you're on. We should be wanting to protect children. And what's crazy is I didn't even say any examples. I figured I can elaborate on that later, you know. But a lot of people say, well, they talk about, you know, the drag shows or the trans shows and things like that. So I didn't even say anything about that. But it does make me think, if they're saying that, are they seeing that? They're the ones that brought that up. And I'm not one to judge. I'm not going to judge people's lives. When they're an adult, make the decisions you want to make. But I do think that it's crazy that a lot of what is being happening is like, even in these, say it is drag or trans, and they're like going to elementary schools. It's not like they're going to an elementary school to like read a book. They're dancing sexually and provocatively. And I don't want any adult, it's not even about trans or not. It's about, I don't want any adult dancing in front of children sexually. It's not right. The kids shouldn't be in a traditional strip club and in any kind of, so it's any adult. It has nothing to do with like attacking any specific person or how they identify or whatever. You know, it's just, why is it that it's sexual? Why are books getting in these elementary schools that are talking about oral sex? Why do we have teddy bears with bondage clothing? Like, there's so many things that it's sexual. And then I feel like a lot of people say, well, it needs to be inclusive. Well, why is inclusive only dealing with sexuality? Why are we not talking about other things? And it just gets to where that's like the main thing they're talking about. And being inclusive doesn't mean allowing sexuality around young children. It's just those things doesn't even make sense.
Right. The slippery slope's gone so far that they're just going younger and younger, and they don't want any opposition.
It's the Dream Rare Podcast. Welcome to the show. The way to get the news at the desk or on the road. Let's go. God is great and success in our control. The world is crazy, but we get better from obstacles. Yeah. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Dream Rare Podcast.